we return to the world of the Assassin's Creed.
Use throwing knives to deal with distant enemies.
See, I believe last time I had, yep, got all the viewpoints, so let's save some citizens. Open world gaming. Dang it. Just remember how to assassins. Oh, I can't air assassinate. That's sad. I can't do this. Excuse me, sir. Oh, apparently I can't. Stand corrected. Hello.
Good you came along when you did. Another minute and they would have made off with me.
What happened here? What's this?
Please, I've done nothing wrong. Why are you doing this?
Whatever we wish.
Help! I need help! Please, anyone!
Where are you? Hey! You look familiar.
Have your head. I've done nothing wrong. Why are you doing this?
Sword Priest says stop beating up on the citizenry.
I will end your life.
Whoa! Why are you firing arrows at me? Super rude.
Come quickly! Hurry, get away!
That was good.
Is that the last of them?
Also the fact that I'm talking to him
Still,
while hanging from
best
a
not to take any chances. I'll hurry home. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon, either. You've done me a kindness, young man. Be assured, I won't forget it.
Sword Priest must go. Oh. Just right on that memory barrier. Oh man. Gotta sneak all up ins over here. Excuse me. jeez.
Hello.
Hello. Fair.
Praise God, you've saved me.
That and also
All
got
the
one
city will know of your
so-
sacrifice.
How's
Whoa.
the Assassin's Creed?
That was cool. I don't know what that was, but boy, the Animus sure is freaking out.
I was not expecting that kind of just run up on you while you tried to talk to that lady.
The-
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Well, it's back now. I guess it fixed itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Those guys really did.
Aside from that, how's the Assassin's Creed doing?
It's going pretty well. I've saved a couple citizens before I, go
Is that
on
still
and.
the objective is just like save a ton of citizens?
No, that
Okay.
I think saving the citizens gives you like the vigilantes who will act as roadblocks and the
Okay. Just like the random assistants around town.
yeah. Well, which is nice to have. Which I feel like not to call out other games in this series. But these early ones were pretty good about having side things that mattered. Like maybe they didn't matter much. Like, oh wow, it's a roadblock for enemies, or oh, it's a thing that'll let you sneak good.
But it's a thing.
But it's a thing that you can get.
Money tight, but it need not be this way.
And, not calling out any other games in this series. Unity.
We would never do such a
We
thing.
would never do such a thing. We'll burn that.
Inconspicuous on this bench
Yep. Wearing my hoodie.
with your weapons.
Sword Priest goes where he wants.
You're so heavily armed.
Sword Priest goes where he wants.
Like,
Ow.
if you just have a short sword, you'd be fine. But you're so heavily armed. For a priest. Slash whatever those guys are.
I'm also, missing a finger.
That too, but like that's harder to notice. I don't go around checking everyone I meet to see if they have all their fingers. I do notice if they're carrying a sword.
I feel like the implication there is that it happens more often than you'd expect for, Do you find more people with swords, like, than the average person?
I mean, I've seen at least 2 people with a sword in the last 2 months. And only one guy is missing a finger. And to be fair, I wouldn't have noticed that guy was missing a finger, except that he was also missing like half his entire
Is
hand.
that the last of them? I hope so.
Fair enough.
Best not to take any chances. I'll hurry home. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon, either. You've done me a kindness, young
So to
man.
be fair, it was not like that
Be
person was just
assured,
wearing a sword for the
I
heck of
won't
it. They were
forget it.
donating it and were just like carrying the sword, from their car or whatever. There was still a person carrying a sword, and I noticed.
Can the Goodwill accept swords?
We can accept them, we can't sell them. We have to like give them to our security guy, and then he takes them to a different place that can deal with that stuff.
That's hilarious.
Well, it's like when people donate guns or bullets or like bow and arrows or whatever. It's like, hey, we can't take this. You shouldn't have dropped it off. Since you did, we're gonna have to send it away. Or like somebody donated just like full-on military like bulletproof vest. I don't think you're supposed to have those.
I mean, I feel
I'm pretty sure you're not just supposed to have like military style like bulletproof vest or something.
I mean they sell them at like army. Yeah,
You
You
own those?
yeah. Why wouldn't you? You can't hurt someone with those.
Yeah, but you can wear one when you're
Another
going to
minute
hurt
and they
people.
would
It
have
makes it
made
much
off
harder
with
to
you.
stop.
Yeah, but
I don't. It just. It seems weird that you can have those. I feel like you shouldn't be able to have those.
I don't know. Like, I, on the one hand, I get that, but I feel like yeah.
I mean, sure, in the scope of things as compared
Maybe
to
you just
buying
don't
a
want to
gun.
be fucking shot. I mean, you know.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but like, I also think there should probably be less guns around. So
Well,
just
yeah.
in general, it's like the
Well,
idea
yeah, I
of
get
selling
that.
a bulletproof vest. Like, yes, if you compare it to the fact that you can go buy guns everywhere, then yeah, sure, it's weird. Or like, it's not that weird compared to buying guns, because it's a defensive thing as opposed to an offensive thing. But like, when I see bulletproof vest, my immediate thought was like, oh, we probably shouldn't sell this because the wrong person might buy it. Like, someone planning some nefarious shit might decide, hey, I want to be able to take a few bullets before I go down.
I feel like at some point we just end up in the Umbrella Corps problem of what if we invent a thing that stops zombies from noticing you, and then what if we invent zombies that ignore the thing that makes the zombies ignore you?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's not like bulletproof vests are like catch-all, you're invincible now type thing. I don't know, maybe it's because that whole shootout thing, I forget where that was that Dallas? Whatever that robbery was, where those guys totally like made full-on, full-body armor suits out of bulletproof vests and such. And they just went on like a rampage robbing a bank. Oh, what was it? North Hollywood Shootout, I think was what it was called.
I want to
There's no
say
way there's some guys
they
who,
riffed it in GTA 5 as well.
Yeah. But yeah, there was really a thing where some guys took like bulletproof vests and made full-on body armor suits and just went on a rampage with them gunning a bunch of cops down. I don't know, it throws me off, the idea of just being able to buy a bulletproof vest.
I would buy a bulletproof vest.
I mean, I would probably wear one if I had one. Just under my shirt at all times.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to wear it, like, not like under my normal shirt, like under my overshirt.
Be like the final boss of Sunset Riders and have a metal plate in there. And then you just take it off for no reason. And be like, haha, now I'm even stronger. What?
Except not.
Except that's the opposite of what that does. Somebody Rose or whatever that guy's name was.
No, it's the anime thing. When you take off your weights, you're stronger and faster.
It is true. You're more lithe. Now we can dodge your bullets, except that doesn't work.
In Sunset Riders, yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Well, okay, sure. Sunset Riders has weird physics.
sure does. And is also totally not occasionally super racist at all.
It's fine. It was the style at the time, like literally.
So when you're buying a bulletproof vest, don't forget to go back to school and buy some guns as well.
Oh yeah.
You can own the school year.
Jesus.
Like a hero.
Like a hero, like the Punisher.
Yeah.
Now that you mention
The Punisher
Oh.
is his favorite superhero, sadly.
I also just want to throw out that, man, I love being able to just rattle off dumb comic book stuff at work that everyone's like, what, that's not true, and then I just find the picture.
I mean, there's a lot of dumb comic book stuff. I only scratched the surface.
I mean, I do too, but it's enough.
I mean, the dumb stuff is easy to find. It's out there, it's just waiting. Although I'm still kind of mad that it reminded me how bad the first Civil War was. I put so much of how terrible that event was out of my head, and I ended up looking up a lot of it and was just like, oh god, all of this was bad.
the first one, was there for a good Civil War?
Well, I mean, the first Civil War event in the comics was like really bad, and the second was also really bad.
The movie's okay.
The first one was worse, overall.
That's kind of impressive because to be honest, I don't know a lot about the first one other than the high points, and I guess I don't really know. Well,
You've done me a
I mean, now I know about Penance, but at the time I didn't.
I put him out of my. I forgot he existed for like years. There was like a good 2-year stretch where I hadn't thought about Penance at all.
I'm glad I could remind you of him.
Yeah.
While
thanks.
talking about Squirrel Girl.
I also had to stop thinking about Squirrel Girl just because that comic's gone downhill.
That's a bummer.
It is. She was a fun character back when she was like a side character. And then they decided to just like put her in every comic.
To be fair, when like I go to Books A Million with my sister, all the compilation paperback stuff has really funny names.
Oh, like the Squirrel Girl stuff?
Yeah, like The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, Squirrel, You Really Got Me Now.
God damn it. That is pretty good.
The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, Squirrel, You Know It's True.
I feel like it's almost cheating to keep reusing that same pun.
I mean, yes, but it's not like it gets less funny.
That's funny.
Stop, he's already dead.
Have we...
The first Civil War was actually worse.
Speaking
Really
of
bad.
dumb comic book spoilers, have we gotten past the part where the Punisher is now also a Nazi?
I believe he is still currently. Well, he's gonna become War Machine, apparently.
Yeah, great.
Well, because current War Machine is dead.
Yeah.
So the Punisher is gonna become War Machine, but also the Punisher, but also a Nazi working for Nazi Captain America.
Comic books.
Yep.
You are spent.
Also, remember when Nazi Captain America killed Black Widow?
I keep forgetting that's a thing. I need to go look that up and find out what was actually behind that. I mean, it sounds fairly self-explanatory. So I'm still wondering. I have not been keeping up with the Nazi Captain America event is the problem because it's dumb. Almost every part of that event is really
Came along
stupid.
when you did.
Kind of the way I did with
Another
Civil
minute
War
and they would have
1,
made off
I've just been trying to pay attention to the comics that
Owe
don't
you
deal
my
with it.
fleet.
Like, weirdly enough, that Gwenpool comic is still really good.
That makes sense.
It's weird, though, because, I don't know, I didn't expect it to be good, and it turned out to be one of, like, the only comics coming out that I actually enjoy.
Isn't it like,
It's the Dr. McNiven
yeah,
comic.
that's what I thought.
Well, I did not realize he was writing it, and once I found that, I was like, oh, that makes sense, because a lot of this stuff would fit in that comic.
Man, totally forgot about Dr. McNinja.
Yeah,
I guess
writing for Marvel now.
That's good. And Axe Cop and all those fun things.
Early webcomics. Well, I guess not really early webcomics, but
Either of those are particularly early on the webcomic train.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a while back.
Yeah.
not current webcomics.
Yeah, Dr. McNiven.
If you're talking early webcomics, you're talking like PvP, Sluggy Freelance, Penny Arcade. What's that one I keep forgetting about? That's like a stupid Linux thing.
XKCD?
Webcomic. There was some guy who made a Linux-centered webcomic, you know, in the 99 to 2001 range.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I
those are early webcomics.
I still
Yeah.
like XKCD. It's still going. I can't climb that.
User-friendly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was called user-friendly.
Hadn't heard of that.
Tokyo probably also still going, I don't know.
I don't know, but I did go back and actually read up. I caught up with the end of Doctor Who, since that did end a while ago, just to find out how that whole thing wrapped up. It was actually a pretty good ending. That guy was a pretty good one.
also related to comic book adventures at the Books a Million. Man, I really like the Hawkeye stuff that is there. Surprisingly.
I'm gonna assume it's, actually, I don't know. Again, Hawkeye. Well, it's Kate Bishop now, right? The lady.
Yeah, I like that character a whole lot.
I don't know if hers is still being written and drawn by the same team as Hawkeye. There's a really good team doing Hawkeye stuff.
Is it the Fraction Aja?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's the ones that I've been sneaking in and reading. Well, I don't know, because I don't know when these books are compiled, because it's just at Books a Million.
TFP, why does that guy that you just killed, why was he like shaking his sword in the air for like 5 seconds in a row multiple times?
Because he's like, I'm gonna get ya, you sword priest. I don't like your tone.
Something along those lines.
I'm of Assassin's Creed. You get that varmint.
Dudes.
Yeah.
These guys take so long to attack if we don't have
Yeah.
this. They're taking
It-
their time on this.
They studied at the 80s action movies of no, we attack one at a time.
It's only fair.
Okay, to be fair, that was actually kind of dope. And that one guy like fainted and then another guy attacked. You did it, AI. You got me.
Yeah, the really good Hawkeye run was also referred to as the Hawkeye run.
The
I don't know why, but that's stuck.
so the one of the Kate Bishop Hawkeye books that I read, on the back of the box, or on the back of the box, on the back of the book, it described it as like make way for Lady Hawkeye. And then she introduced herself to someone as Hawk Guy, and then, like, Kate Hawk Guy Bishop? What?
Checks out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this picture in Discord.
So that's a power in Marvel Puzzle Quest.
You're
That.
gonna have to be more specific on that. Which part of that is the power?
So there's a power called No Good News. The description is the everything awful, oh god, somebody do something, or something like that. And then when you use it, the part where naked Hawk Guy is just flying across the screen, that displays.
Nice.
And it heals Mr. Hawk Guy and then creates enemy buff tiles.
He's not the last of them.
I played that game for a little while. It was kind of fun.
Still,
But also
best
I'm
not to
terrible at
take any
puzzle quest
chances.
things, so I gave up.
I'll hurry home.
It's
I'll leave it again anytime soon, either.
somewhat less of a money pit than other ones that I've worked on, but still kind of a money pit.
It was a fun diversion for at least an afternoon.
Yeah.
It did not seem aggressively in my face about trying to take my money.
It's a little aggressive if you're like looking for specific things or trying to like do well in the PvP or whatever, but excuse me, sir. Hold on, let me just gingerly go down this ladder while people are chasing me.
But yeah, that Hawkeye book was really good. And then Civil War II happened, and they decided to have Hawkeye just randomly kill the Hulk. Because why have your characters make sense? The worst part about those events is they're hardly ever coordinated between riders. So half of the event, like aftermath, is just people trying to clean up mess. It's not the way you should run a comic book thing, but whatever. At this point, they can kind of do whatever they want because they're making so much money off the movies. It doesn't really matter if the books all suck.
Oh yeah, I was also gonna ask, because this kind of came up in conversation today. Are they walking back the "what if we just killed all the X-Men" thing again, or what?
Kinda, like, they never officially killed off all the X-Men. The same way they never officially killed off the Fantastic Four. They just split the Fantastic Four up among different teams, and then got rid of Mr. Fantastic, and then stopped putting out a Fantastic Four book. Which is kind of what they're doing to the X-Men, where they took out a whole bunch of them, so there aren't that many left, which, to be fair, they've done them for a while. And then they split them up between different teams. So, like, Rogue is over on an Avengers team somewhere, Beast is hanging out with the Inhumans, etc.
Okay.
They're just kind of splitting up the key members of the X-Men to different groups, so that they cannot put out a main X-Men book. But they're still putting out X-Men books. They've got the X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold. One of which had a really embarrassing incident where the writer slipped, or not the writer, the artist slipped in some blatantly anti-Semitic stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oops.
Nobody realized it at first because, like, it was vaguely subtle unless you know, like, your Quran verses, and then you notice that all of the numbers that keep popping up are relating to verses in the Quran that are really not a fan of, like, certain other religions. And it got really awkward when that was pointed out, and he basically came out on his Facebook page and said, yeah, I did it. Like, if he denied it, it could have just been a weird coincidence, but he straight up said, like, yeah, no, that's what I was doing. So then they ended up having to take him off the book and get that whole thing redone.
So due to
Whoa!
Yeah, essentially.
That was some physics right there.
It's also too bad, because that guy was a decent artist. Like, not great, but it was like, man, that's not bad. Just turned out to also be a racist scumbag.
gravity seems to be doing a lot of work here.
It really is.
This fight is silly.
Dude, yes. Go away. Let me turn yellow so I can go hide in this, like, planter. Oh no! Now I'm the one being knocked off the roof.
I'm having flashbacks to just shoving ladders over in RE4.
Oh.
Ow. He threw me into a tree. That was weird.
Citizens are like running around like chickens with their heads cut off and bumping into each other.
They don't know how to handle this.
Hard priest, what the hell do we do?
Priests aren't supposed to have swords. Did he kick you in the head while he was coming down the ladder?
Maybe. What? Where'd this guy go? Where are they beating up citizenry? Sword Priest needs to save this last citizen somehow.
Speaking of the Fantastic Four, man, those movies were bad.
Oh yeah, like every one of them. It's kind of amazing. I think they actually got
kept making
worse.
them.
Yeah, it's weird. I think they actually got worse over time.
Remember when Chris Evans was in them?
Yeah, he was the Human Torch. Jessica Alba was the Invisible Woman. The dude from The Shield was the Thing.
And then some guy
Some
with a
other guy was
hilarious
Fantastic.
name.
Mr. Fantastic.
Like IOINGRUFFUDD or something like that.
It was really weird. I remember that because we both looked at it and then gave up trying to pronounce it.
I'm gonna go with Ian Grufford. That's
Probably worse.
And then remember when they tried to reboot it?
Yes, yes, I do.
Did you do that thing where Mads Mikkelsen apparently went on an audition for that role and was fantastic?
Another minute
And they were like,
would have made
nah,
off with you.
he's too good for this shit show.
No, it was worse than that. They
Uh-oh.
said the audition didn't have him read any lines whatsoever.
What?
Like, the entire audition was go in and wave your arms around like they're really long. If it's convincing, then you get the job. And he said he was just like really confused and just left feeling bad about it. He's like, he gave an interview about this audition and like it was terrible apparently, the whole thing.
That's so
I kind
good.
of love that. Street Fighter, the new movie editions. Okay, so we need you to swim with the eels and pretend they're your family.
Need you to like just put all of the gel in your hair and then just make it stand straight up.
Okay, I found his exact quote about the audition. It was, I didn't walk out. When I left it, I was just like, this is crazy. I don't even have long arms. What am I doing in here? It was only about long arms, no lines. I felt a little funny.
That's really good.
Make room.
No reason for stand here. Leave.
You get him, of all people, in, like, to interview, and it's just wave your arms around.
You need something?
So I guess unlike other things that they're constantly rebooting,
Make room.
the new Spider-Man's already.
Yeah,
I've heard that it's actually pretty good.
it's yeah.
Largely because it has a decent villain.
It really
like the
does.
third or the fourth time they've rebooted Spider-Man.
Third, well,
like-
it's the second reboot, but the third different series. Because there was,
Third different series?
yeah, because there was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and then the Amazing Spider-Man, and now this. But then Sony is Sonying it up super hard. With they're trying to, so they're making like a Venom film that they said was going to be in the MCU, and then the Marvel people were like, haha, no. So they're doing like a Venom film that's in the same universe as Spider-Man Homecoming, but not the rest of the Marvel stuff. And then they're
They
doing
were also wanting to go for,
Black
like,
Cat
an
and Silver
R-rated.
Sable. Yes. R-rated Venom with Tom Hardy as the Venom. And then they're doing like a Black Cat Silver Sable thing.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
How am I supposed to get into this church?
Those characters are terrible.
Black
It's,
Cat
no-
looks
nine-
cool.
She's just Catwoman. Put her on
Yeah.
the side.
Yeah. You say that like it's a bad thing.
Your presence annoys
I miss the 90s Spider-Man cartoon with its laser guns and Spider-Man, Spider-Man,
So-
radioactive Spider-Man.
So
Amazing theme, and that show covered a lot of really dumb plot lines in a really good way.
so I want to throw out.
I genuinely really like that show.
It
I
was
want.
really good.
I want to just hold your horses because Spider-Man: Homecoming, its like main orchestral theme is just what if we had an orchestra do that Spider-Man song.
That's amazing.
It's so good.
Really watch that movie. Like, that movie actually does seem legitimate.
It's pretty good.
Everything I've heard about it sounds good, and I really like.
Oh,
Like, of all the villains to make actually good, they made the Vulture good. So, like, they put some work in.
is the Vulture generally not good?
I mean, his name is the Vulture, and his whole thing is that he's an old guy with a suit with wings that steals people's youth.
What?
Yeah. The suit has a thing that when he grabs you, he can steal the, like, sucks the youth out of you so he's young again. And that's why it's called the Vulture.
I can safely say there is no youth sucking in.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
coward. If it wasn't for the money, I'd be long gone. You're either stupid
Those two
or
were having
blind.
a, like, really
Idiot.
calm conversation despite
How
the
can
amount
you
of
say
freaking
that?
out happening
You
in the
didn't
rest
see
of
what
this building.
happened.
Yep.
I saw well enough. Our
I
caravan
still
was
can't get
attacked,
over the way the
and the
citizens
first
run
thing he
around.
did was
It's
flee.
amazing.
Just
No, he
yeah,
didn't
no,
run.
just don't
What
make
are you
any concerted
talking
effort
about?
to get away.
You
Just
forget what
Just
Just
became
run in
of
circles.
men.
Yeah.
Held by our archers, thanks be to God.
oh no,
Not
Tag is more
our
organized than
archers,
this.
him alone.
So you're saying he saved us?
Yes, he
If
headed
fire
for higher
drills in
ground.
modern society,
Used his bow to kill them.
because otherwise that would
I
happen.
had no idea.
The man's a master archer. You do well to remember that.
I like, yeah, they're really having this super calm conversation despite the amount of death that is just outside.
Yeah, you killed like 6 people outside. The entire building is full of people running around screaming about a murder.
It's fine.
But you're just gonna sit here on this bench, listen to
was
this
great.
talk.
When the camera just pans back and everyone's still running around. Right.
Just walk through this crowd of screaming people. See, I kind of like this idea of like you're getting information about people that you're planning to kill.
Yeah, so this has sort of come back, sort of. Syndicate was really good about it. And then Unity tried, but Unity tried a lot of things, and it succeeded in almost none of them.
I don't know, I feel like this system could work really well later on with like some of the like you running your own Assassin's Group thing. Where it's like you learn weaknesses or something about a dude or the place he's staying or whatever, or the security. And then it's like, hey, you can assign some of your dudes to take care of this so that it's less of a problem during the upcoming fight.
Yeah, that would be super cool. The only kind of problem is that, I mean, they did kind of, you know, oh man, I gotta do stealth. I gotta do stealth up in here. I gotta actually, you know, try. I had a train of thought and I completely lost it from my what if I had to do stealth. Because like this game, you're trying to like work your way up the ranks because the Assassin's Order is like this established thing, so it kind of makes sense. In like almost all the rest of them, they're weird, totally not. The Assassin's Guild is not like a everyday part of life like it is in this game.
Yeah. I don't know, I can see a weird hybrid between this kind of game and the new Hitman.
Yes.
Like, just make the assassinations more open, and just have stuff for almost like the opportunity things, where like that bit you found right there, it's like, hey, this guy likes to shoot people with a crossbow. Just have that spin out move thing where it's like, you can have somebody just go sabotage this guy's fucking crossbow, so when he tries to shoot you during the fight, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I know they don't really have good track record with Guilty Gear spin-offs, but I'd play an Assassin's Guild Guilty Gear game.
Yeah.
Assassinate people with pool balls, or you know,
Yes.
with your hair, whatever.
Yeah, just fucking whip your hair and fire a bunch of needles at people.
Would you say that you whip your hair back and forth?
The reaction that guy you just stabbed in the back of the neck had is the same one that I had in real life.
I just liked the very, very quiet, damn it. Lady, I really need you to, like, stay away.
No, just be stealthy with this screaming lady on you.
Yeah, no, just, lady, just... Sorry, excuse me, I'm just...
The idea that those particular characters in Guilty Gear are assassins is still mind-boggling to me.
Oh yeah, from the fact that Venom wears solid white and is the most conspicuous person on the planet. Well, granted, it is the Guilty Gear universe, and like everyone dresses like a rock star.
Fair enough.
So maybe they blend in fairly well. I don't know what the average citizen in Guilty Gear looks like. What do people look like in Chip Zanuff's America?
I thought he was the president of the country. Oh God, no! Stop.
I don't
What?
think they ever specified it with America.
I mean, the country that matters, so America.
Cortana, go away.
I know it's.
No.
Should I search for that?
Oh no.
Altair, you're
Sorry about
No,
that.
you should
I
not
didn't
search
hear
for that,
anything.
Cortana.
Here's what I learned about Salam. He's a powerful slaver who occupies an area north of town, near the Barbicans. He pays a tribute to the city guard, so he can operate in the shadows.
Oh.
But from what you showed
Okay.
me today,
That went
I'm
well.
sure he will share the same fate as the others. Thank you again, Altair.
I think you need to make a highlight of that.
That potential search term was like what you get if a time traveler showed up today.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. Like I was also just imagining like that bit in The Voyage Home where Scotty is trying to like talk to the mouse of the computer. Be like, "Hello, computer."
I watched that movie yesterday, actually.
I like that. I like that movie more than I probably should.
That movie was alright.
That movie is super dumb,
Oh
but
yeah, but it was fine.
it's so good.
For
They had
those
to go
with the
kidnap
courage to
whales
seize
from the
them.
past.
Yeah.
Who knows what the future holds? What tragedies tomorrow may
Send
bring?
Chekhov to go
Defend
look for
against an
nuclear
uncertain
material.
future. Protect
Do
the
you
ones
know where the
who love
nuclear
and
vessels are?
you will be rewarded.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, sometimes you got.
The I'm also I can't remember what the exact line was, but there was some extra that like Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner were supposed to go up to, and she was supposed to be like, "No, you people are crazy," and then she just ad-libbed this line about, "You know where XXX whatever is? Oh no, I think the commune's across the street." And then they had to like give that extra a raise because
That line's great.
yeah.
But yeah, as someone who literally avoids Star Trek movies, that was very good Star Trek.
I have nothing to say to you.
Speak to me or speak
Now I
to
think
God.
I've seen
your
two of
choice.
them now.
You
Earn
won't
Right,
stop the work
and
he
it's that
does.
one and
Cannot
Nemesis.
stop it.
Stop what?
One of those is really good.
He prepares
The
you
other
for
Has
one-
Tom Hardy
journey.
playing a clone.
Journey where?
And apparently it made him suicidal.
And when the time comes,
Rough.
they are sent to
I
Akkad.
think I remember you
Where's
talking
this
about that
warehouse?
once.
Rob was the one who brought it up.
Allah
Okay.
tells me what I need to know. Nothing more.
I want to say in the first Assassin's Creed
For him,
stream, I
perhaps.
think.
Though not ideal
Maybe.
for you.
Whoop. Oh, hi. Excuse me.
Now that you uppercutted that man, you can talk like civilized people.
Yep. The most recent Star Trek movie is actually really good as well.
Beyond,
Yes.
I heard that.
That Justin Lin can make a movie.
Come, people. Come see what I have to offer. I do not want it. I will never find it. You'll find everything here, my friend. There's none I do not have. You, sir. You look like
Is this the great Altair before me? What an honor. You must be here for a very important mission. Maybe I could help you. I have been eavesdropping, and I have learned much. However, I have erred. I had some Masyaf flags to deliver to the bureau leader, but I lost them when attacked by thugs. Could you find them for me? I must be back to my
I gotta
uncle
do
before he
something in less
returns
than
from the
3
market,
minutes.
So you must be fast as the wind.
You know something is up when you agree with the government of Venezuela. Headline here is Venezuela calls Trump's warning of possible military actions a crazy act.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah. This whole North Korea thing is, yeah.
Yeah, I like that we got that going on, and then just on the side, Trump's like, oh, you know, let's also threaten war with Venezuela.
I mean, sure, why not?
Venezuela, why not?
Look, we don't have enough conflicts going on.
Exactly, you know, the Bush administration started 2 wars. We gotta top that.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, also North Korea is getting to be kind of a worry.
Oh yeah, no, it's a serious issue. It's just, you know, Trump. So.
Yeah, no. Like
That's
kind of the
also a
problem, is
serious
this really
issue.
needs to get dealt with, but like we just put it off for like 4 more years.
Just
Didn't
hold
have
on.
several-
Just 4 years, no rush.
Yeah. Okay, fine. 7.
Action for those nukes. Stop all the ghosts.
I just don't want Japan to get blown up is my main thing. Because that could
Can't
totally
get
happen.
blown up either, but I also don't want to get personally blown up. I mean, there's a lot of
That
things
too.
that I don't want to get blown up.
I don't want most things to get blown up. But I'm constantly worried that one day North Korea is just going to be like, fuck it, goodbye Japan. And then I'll be like, oh, that sucks.
Cool too, and honestly, all the things that North Korea would want to blow up are pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is great. I knew I
This
could
is also
count
kind
on
of the
you,
problem
Master
of like, hey,
Altair.
we've got a country
Here is
that's
what I
run by
learned from
like
listening to the guards near the Dome of the
totally
Rock.
batshit
They were
dictator.
talking about the man
And then you have North Korea.
Personality thing going
Heyo.
loyal followers,
Yeah.
all of whom will readily give their lives for the man. Their master is in danger. They are sure
It'd
to
be funny
intervene,
if it
giving
wasn't
Talal time to
terrifying.
escape. That is all I know. I hope my small contribution will help.
Also, I do want to I want to kind of point out that like all this stuff that I'm doing, I don't think I have to do really either.
It's
But
just optional.
it's optional stuff, but I think it gives me more health. I think
You do have a pretty long health bar.
I do. I'm really glad they didn't put this. I'm really glad they didn't bring this back with the what if you did side missions and increased your health. It's like, what if I don't though? Where did you come from, ladies with pots on your head?
Probably an alley or something. That's where they generally originate from.
I was like just over here and they weren't there, and then there were 3 of them just out of nowhere.
They are the true assassins. You never saw it coming.
I thought about starting a New Game Plus run on that. Keep thinking about it. Like,
Not gonna. New
It's
Game
still
Plus
too
C5.
soon.
Yeah.
Like, my one regret is not doing the horror
pay you
romance.
anything you
So
ask,
I don't want to start a whole new game
Not
for
so
that.
simple, my friend. But it is. I know all his
I don't know, I
tricks.
feel like I
He's a
picked the
coward,
right
not a fighter.
romance.
He'll run at the first sign
yeah, I
of
guess the
trouble.
problem is that like
Take this map.
most, like
It'll show you where
95%
he
of
likes
that
to
game,
hide.
if I did New
You
Game
don't
Plus, would be
understand.
exactly the same.
Oh, I understand.
Because there aren't
You
really
are
enough
afraid.
meaningful.
You call yourself a warrior.
You know, I don't want to say
but
that
a
meaningful
single
like would actually
slave
change the
trader
game or
fills you
anything.
with
Like,
fear.
there's not enough to do
Fear?
differently. to
Nothing
make
of
me
the
wanna play
sort.
through again.
Then what? It would be bad business on my part, seeing as I already work for him. You
Okay,
There's
what up,
one or
dude?
2 social
So
links
now
that I
you
kind of wish I'd
understand?
gotten around to.
Go. Leave
Aside
now and
from
I'll
that.
forget we had this conversation.
The soundtrack is still real good though.
It sure is. Sword Priest knows where you live.
It's a good thing for an assassin to know.
That guy just scratching his butt.
It's like, oh man, Sword Priest stole my butt map. Yeah, that did not sound nearly as gross in my head.
guess the PC version of Sonic Mania got delayed like a week.
Yep. Womp womp.
I was planning to get like the PS4 one anyway, so that's I guess not too big a deal.
I was gonna get the Switch version.
Oh yeah, speaking of
If the guard
Switch,
won't take action,
I got one of
it
those
falls to us to do
8-bit
something.
controllers.
What you
It's pretty
propose
nice.
is madness, but
I
necessary.
wouldn't recommend it for
How many
games
more
that use
will
the
be
analog
allowed to go
sticks,
missing
'cause even
before the
though it
people
does
take a
have
stand?
those, they're not
It
the
does not
hottest.
affect us.
But it's got a
Not yet.
superior
But if we continue to do nothing, it will. What do you propose?
Pro controller.
I've watched them.
It's got that going for it.
Learn everything there is to know about
That's
the
Getting that
operation.
though was I'm
It's
gonna use it
all
with my
here on
phone.
the map I've
I
made.
also bought a
He
clip
inspects his
attachment.
stock every day at the same
So
time.
you-
Put the phone on and do the
This
emulators.
is when I'll strike.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
So you
say you
have a
could
piece
clip
of
the
cake.
phone on and then do the
Won't
Splatoon
save
voice
you when you're
chat.
discovered. Won't shield you from their swords and arrows.
Yeah.
That is in
Goes well,
fact
it
also
won't
an
come to
option which I had not considered.
Anyway, it's a risk I'll have to take. Wish me luck, my friend.
But
Indeed.
yeah, it's a surprisingly solid controller. Usually when you think phone controllers, you think crappy low quality. And the buttons feel real good on this one.
I don't know, when I think about phone controllers, I think about the phone that I had two before the one I currently have. That was the weird Sony one.
Those were alright.
I-
Xperia Play?
Yeah. I was not a big fan of the weird analog whatevers. Like the little I don't even know what, like they were little like
PSP style
touchpad.
knobs, or-
No, because they were like the PS4 touchpad, kinda. But it was like, use these as analog sticks. I was like, what? That's not conducive to anything.
So yeah, I linked the controller in Discord if there was any question what I'm talking about.
I did play through all of Grand Theft Auto 3 with the Xperia controller though, or with the Xperia Play. That was kind of fun.
I also tried, so I hooked it up to my PC and I tried it with fighting games, and the DPI is actually pretty good for those. So, solid controller.
Safety and peace, Malik.
Your presence here deprives me of both. What do you want?
Al-Muwalla
Oh yeah, at
has
some
asked.
point I
Ask
need
that
to
you
find
perform
my.
some
Well,
menial
I know where it
task
is.
in
I
an
need to
effort
get
to redeem
my
yourself.
Game Boy Advance
So be out.
SP charger.
Very well.
And
Here's
then
what I know.
play around with my Game Boy
Trafficking human
camera.
lives, kidnapping Jerusalem citizens and
Yeah.
selling them into slavery. His base is a warehouse located
That I saw
inside
for
the
like
Barbican north of
$5 and
here.
went, well, I can't
As we
leave this
speak, he
here.
prepares a caravan for
No,
travel.
you can't. Game Boy
I'll
camera's
strike while he's
amazing.
inspecting his stock. If I can avoid
Neil
his
Young
plans,
used it for an
Ross
album
himself should
cover.
prove little challenge.
Little
Stuff
challenge.
you can do with that game?
Listen to you.
With that, well, I
Such
guess it's
arrogance.
games.
Are we finished? Are you
In addition
satisfied
to
with
just
what
like
I've learned?
standard, hey, it's a camera,
No.
and you can print it with the
But
Game
it
Boy
would
printer.
have to do.
It's got like all these games that just stick your face in randomly, and like you can make. It's got a pretty detailed movie editing thing, and it, it only stores. You can do a lot with it. It's pretty amazing, really, what they did with that camera.
Now I just need to get one of the Game Boy sonar depth charges.
Huh? I wonder if the Game Boy printers, do those still work? And is there like an alternative, or are there still sticker print refills? Like, I wonder if you can get a working Game Boy printer.
I was reading that they've made bootleg Game Boy printers, kind of like ones that will work and like the Game Boy will recognize them as Game Boy printers, but they aren't official Game Boy printers.
Cool. That's actually really neat. I'm having trouble thinking of like any accessory quite as wacky as the Game Boy camera.
Trying to, I know I don't really have that many.
Oh no, actually, I have one similar one, and that's the Game Boy Advance card reader.
Yeah, That thing's awesome.
Cause what the hell, Nintendo? What the hell?
I love my e-reader so much.
One?
I
Man.
do. Yeah.
Gifty collector.
I got one like at launch.
Did you use it to play NES games?
I
or were you
did,
using the
and
Pokemon card? Okay.
I did. Well, I did a little of everything. One of the coolest things is probably the best Mario Party game is an e-reader thing. There is a Mario Party card game that uses the e-reader as mini games.
Really?
Yes, it's kind of awesome. Let me just link this Mario Wiki article.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it wouldn't be Nintendo if they didn't do something super weird with their systems. I'm still sad that the vitality sensor didn't come out.
Yeah, I was so on board for the vitality sensor. Oh wait, has he stopped talking to me? Oh, whoops! Wait, what?
And I guess the Wii U's weird thing, which never went anywhere, was TV.
What am I missing?
Did anyone here actually use TV?
I did not. I tried once, but it didn't recognize my television. I feel like I've missed something very important.
It's probably fine.
I'm just gonna hit all the buttons.
Maybe. Can you stab that guy?
No, because the stab button just makes the camera change. Every button makes the camera change. Except clicking in the sticks.
Like the dust from your footprints is going all over.
We're just gonna Assassin's Creed. We're gonna look this up on the game FAQs. Cause what am I doing?
So I'm trying to think what's left in this crazy year. As far as games goes, there's both of the Sonics. There's a couple of JRPGs that probably only I care about.
There's Metroid.
Oh right, Metroid. Yeah. Man, I'm a bit sad I won't get to play Metroid.
Oh, that Metroid.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Metroid Prime 4, and I was like, that's not... Oh, there we go.
Not this year. Oh right, Mario Odyssey. How did I forget that? Kind of a big deal.
Do whatever it is
Don't know
you
if
do
it's
before
anything
a
you'd be
mission.
interested in, but
Only make
the
sure you
Monster
do it
Hunters,
quiet.
Yeah.
which I believe there are 2 of hitting.
I don't know if XX is coming stateside, but World definitely is.
There's also stories. That
Oh, yeah, that one.
There are 3 of those on the way, but I think stories might be the only one hitting this.
I think World is maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
I hadn't heard anything about that since it came out, so I didn't think it was coming out for like next year. I could be totally wrong. Yeah, according to this, it's 2018.
Oh. The thing that I heard was always like late 2017, early 2018, but...
The Double Cross demo came out on Switch recently, only for Japan.
Oh, it's out?
But yeah.
I should get that with my Japanese Switch account.
According to this, 2 days ago, or well, 1 day ago, I guess, because 2 days ago there was a thing saying it'll be out tomorrow.
Neat.
Com is also this month.
Oh, according to this, there's actually no plans to localize Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
That's
It's super
I
weird.
assumed that was a given that it was just going to come out.
Especially because apparently, like, Capcom is... Because that Street Fighter 2 thing apparently sold well, question mark?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Capcom's like, what if we did Switch stuff? And they announced Revelations 1 and 2 pack coming to Switch.
Huh.
I was just kind of hoping that they'd port it to PS4. And the Street Fighter thing. They'd port it to PS4 and somehow drop the price.
Don't you want? But you can't do the way of the Hado on the PS4, Grav.
Thank God you can.
Well, no, maybe if you got moves and you.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, wait, actually you could.
Yeah, you could. You do it with moves and you put it in VR. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know Splatoon 2 was getting a new weapon tonight. Apparently.
Oh yeah, the
that
umbrella.
The umbrella. It seems pretty neat.
Yeah, that sounds rad.
How-
'cause it's a shotgun umbrella that's bulletproof.
Oh, so it's like
The best
Kingsman.
Basically,
More or less, yeah.
you hold down the button and it just holds the umbrella open to block shots.
That's real
Rocket
good.
on it, so when you hold it down long enough, it just shoots the umbrella forward, and you got this shield that you can run behind and inks turf for you.
That's seems real good.
I mean, I don't know how actually good and useful it is, but it's really cool.
It sounds rad.
Yeah, I played around with it a bit in weapon test mode.
I really need to
Yeah.
play more Splatoon 2.
Yep.
I keep jumping in for just 1 or 2 matches and then leaving. I need to actually just pick a day and just be like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna spend all my time playing Splatoon.
Well, that guy's super
Yeah, we
bummed.
should do another Team Salmon run thing sometime.
That'd be fun.
Also, I keep forgetting about Knack 2 somehow.
Oh yeah, you know, Knack 2, it's coming.
No games it's gonna happen, yes.
Visiting them. I keep them safe.
Yeah, still a lot of video games left.
The journey that lies ahead.
What journey?
Yeah,
It is
this
a life
year's
of
been stacked
servitude.
front and back, I guess.
You know
I
nothing.
thought it was gonna die down in the second half of the year, but there's still a lot of stuff coming out.
Yakuza Kiwami is coming soon.
I understand well enough. Show yourself.
Me too.
I'm willing to give that one a shot. Like, not to actually play it myself, but like, I'm willing to believe that one will be okay.
I came on my own.
Maybe they've learned since the first one.
Knack 2?
No,
Or-
Evil Within 2.
Oh, right.
Knack 2 is gonna be terrible.
What are you talking about? Knack 2 is gonna be the game of the year.
I mean, I don't exactly have high expectations, but
Move-
everything I've seen of it looks like it's gonna be better than Knack 1.
Move
Again, you know, not
over,
the high bar,
Yakuza. Move over, Nier Automata. Move over, Persona. Knack
Yeah, get ready for
2.
Knack 2, a game that's gonna get really existential.
Now I stand before you. What is it you desire?
Yeah,
Come
yeah, I
down
mean,
here.
you gotta
Let us
admit,
settle this with
there are
honor.
definitely some existential
Why must it
questions
always
about
come to violence?
Knack.
Well, some
It seems I
existential
cannot
questions were raised during your
Or you do
stream.
not wish
that's
to
for
help
sure.
yourself.
Like, how good is Fire Emblem Fates? Answer,
leave me no
not
choice.
very.
You must die.
And also, why? Why?
This will teach you not to trespass.
Craven the Hunter?
Maybe?
Yeah, so the two Zerpigas I'm kind of looking forward to are Knights of Xanadu and Tokyo Xanadu. Xanadu is technically already out on Vita, but there's going to be a PS4 version for this.
It's from Falcon, I believe. Like the Yeast people.
Be done with him. Kill him already.
Is that actually out?
This is what actually out.
StarCraft Remastered, the HD StarCraft.
Oh yeah.
they announced when that Dota card game was gonna happen?
No, I don't think they announced anything about it. What's wrong with you?
Apparently Brad Mears working on that.
To be at least as good as Massive Chalice.
See, I was gonna go with Brutal Legends, but
We're Brad Mears.
I decided to go as low as I could.
And I miss Brad Muir. It'd be nice if he came back on Giant Bomb.
Should you cause a disturbance, it is wise to leave.
Feel mellow.
At some point, I need to like get that monthly subscription to Giant Bomb just so I can watch the crazy shit they've done with subscriber only. I really want to see what this new
is the Kingdom Hearts thing premium?
I
Or?
don't believe that is.
Okay, I need to watch the one with Jeff in it because apparently that one goes places.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Saw a few clips of that one.
I saw a GIF of it, and it seemed to have broken Jeff a little bit.
Freaking out about the key.
Yes.
I'm enjoying this because it's Kingdom Hearts played by people who have more or less the same opinion of Kingdom Hearts that I do.
I still have a weird fondness for Kingdom Hearts. Like, there's a soft spot in my heart for that series. To the point where whenever Kingdom Hearts 3 actually comes out, there's a damn good chance I'll end up getting it and playing it.
It's got Toy Story in it. I like Toy Story.
Not all the dumb spin-off stuff like that. Like, 1 and 2 were good.
I like Birth by Sleep a whole lot, even though I only did one.
Like 2/3 of it.
I played 1/3 of it, and I was like, this is fun. And then I was like, I should do the other two. And then I was like, fuck. That's important.
Maybe I should give it a try. For all the hating I do on I
To,
don't mind action RPGs.
to be fair, he kind of deserves it because he's a terrible
Kinda,
artist.
yeah. Have you seen Clouds of Kingdom Hearts design?
It's like, what if he was Vincent instead?
Vincent and Cloud had a love child.
So getting back to video games first here.
Just get out of that conversation.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, that's another one that's coming out pretty soon.
Man, I went from excited about that game to not caring at all in the span of him showing it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Also, like, they haven't all the character reveals they've had are not new characters, and that's really dumb.
Yeah, it's only people who are
So far, yeah. Like, I mean, there are new ones, like,
yeah, the ones they showed on release.
yeah,
Like the initial trailer,
Gamora,
You've nowhere to run.
Yeah.
Share your
X.
secrets with me.
My part is playing.
I am bummed out that X showed
The
up in
Brotherhood
the
is
first
not so
Capcom
weak
game where
that
it's
my
almost
death
like it's
will
good shit.
stop its work.
Speaking of things that look terrible, have you guys seen that KOF animated thing?
You'll have from me.
Oh my god, it's...
They're like, did they make a show or something?
Yes.
Long abandoned.
Did they try to
The man and
Castlevania
women
it?
I took into my arms. What do you
Maybe, but, like, man, pre-patch KOF 14 looks significantly better than the KOF animated show.
I took them not to sell, but to save. And yet you'd kill us all. For no other reason.
I think it's like King of Fighters Legacy or something is the name of it.
From the war, from lives lost and broken.
King of Fighters Destiny?
That might be it.
Wall off your
CG
mind.
animated.
They say
Yes.
it's what your kind do best.
They've
Look-
got a trailer and
Do
we'll
you
watch
see
this
the
trailer.
irony in all this? No, not yet it seems. But you will.
Yeah, another RPG series I time to time mine is Yeez, or however you pronounce it.
Weiss.
Oh, John's fan.
Use.
The good-looking Yeez games. It's just that there's so many across so many platforms that I have no idea where I should start with it.
That is some old-looking CG.
I like the the one that was on the Virtual Console and on the TurboGrafx, like the Yeast 1 and 2 or something. Whoa.
The animation on that didn't look terrible, but the models themselves look really bad. Also the special effects.
I just know about it through Matt's Twitter account.
It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look like, I don't know. Like if they did a lot of work on that between now and release, then I could see it being okay.
It might be a thing of like it just looks worse. Well, you say between now and release, but it's out.
Oh, well, fuck. I watched the trailer, I didn't realize it was out yet. I thought like, oh, this is them showing it off prior to release and they're gonna do some like stuff. But
They're gonna KOF 14 it, but no.
Okay, yeah.
Don't worry, it's just early access.
Oh man, could they do that with like a CG movie? Could they release like a patch?
No.
Fix the lighting bug? Oh. I like the idea of releasing a patch for a movie. It's like, no, we fixed the bugs. We had this big lighting problem, everything looked like shit, we got it.
I wish they would patch Batman versus Superman.
They did it with the extended cut.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that what we watched?
I wish they patched it better.
That's the best version of that movie you're gonna get.
If that's the best version of that movie that I'm gonna get, I'm...
The other version's shorter?
Yeah.
The other version is much shorter and has a bunch of stuff cut out. So that movie makes even less sense than the version we watched, which already barely made sense.
Mercifully shorter.
Yeah, that would have been a saving grace.
I need a hiding spot. Something fierce. There's one.
Splatoon 2's got this weird thing with the rank stuff where S plus is the highest rank, but you can go in and it's like S plus 1, S plus 2, S plus 3. I don't know where that ends.
That's weird.
Never ends.
S plus infinity.
But I'm basically more or less maxed out on rank now, so that's cool. I didn't, well, I sort of got it with Splatoon 1 because there was a while where A plus was the highest rank, and I had that, and they made S plus the highest rank, and I never got that in Splat 1. So I can officially say I'm good at being a Squid Kid.
Would you say that you're a Squid Kid now?
No.
Not at this very moment.
I'm not playing Splatoon, but...
Altair, wonderful to see you return to us. And how
And
fared
I'm no
the
longer
mission?
young enough to be a
The deed
kid
is
now
done.
on my own, so...
Talal is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. In fact, the
On your
entire
own.
city knows.
Is that the secret of
Have you
me
forgotten the
in
meaning of
Minneapolis? You
subtlety?
needed to steal my
Skilled
youth.
assassin ensures his work is noticed by the men.
Yeah, it turns out
No,
I'm actually,
a
Yeah.
I'm
skilled
actually the
assassin
vulture,
maintains
yeah.
control of his environment.
We can argue the details all you'd like, Malik, but the fact remains I've accomplished the
They cast
task
me for
set
the
to me by
new
Al-Mu'allim.
Spider-Man. Waving my
Gordon.
arms around.
Return to the old path. Let us see what
Flap
he
it like you're a
decides.
bird.
You
Don't
and
say
I
anything.
are on the same side, man.
Yep. They're like, wow, he's a natural.
Fast forwarding memories
good
to
at
a more
this.
recent one.
So just curious, how far into the Assassin's Creed are you?
Do I still have the game FAQs up? No, I don't. Hold on. I believe I am a little less than halfway.
It's actually further than I expected. I was thinking
What's the problem now?
getting
considering
weird
you're doing
temperature
a lot of
readings.
side stuff,
I think
that's
the Animus
impressive.
is overheating.
Christ, it's always
Speedrun
something.
starts now.
How long?
Too soon to tell.
These delays are unacceptable.
There are 7
Mr.
memory
Lemon.
blocks,
I
and we
want
just
progress
finished
report every hour.
number 3.
Okay.
The next one has 3 assassinations.
Gotta go
Well,
lie down or something. Get some
hold on.
rest.
There are 7 memory blocks.
But they're not all equal length.
Yeah,
so-
no. The next one has 3 assassinations. The one after that has 2, and then the next 2 have 1 each. So by that metric, I'm a little less than a third of the way through the game, but by memory blocks, I am around half.
A little less than half.
Yeah. I'm supposed to be able to like read emails or something. I don't know. Is it this thing that has the emails?
Why is he always yelling at you? It's his machine.
It's like that's where the guy played by
Who did? You?
Jeremy Irons in the Assassin's Creed
Abstergo has
movie.
a team
Or
of
not?
engineers.
Is Jeremy
Not much
Irons?
they don't have.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I did
yeah.
oversee the assembly. Guess that's why.
Because that's where he's supposedly mentioned. Oh god, Kristen Bell does not look good in this scene. I don't know
Can't
why.
believe you're
She looks so
defending
super
that.
dark
Saved my life.
for how
He wants to yell at me.
blisteringly white it is outside. Like seriously, look like we're just in near.
We're just in that fake city.
Yep.
PlayStation near.
Man, remember remember near like NEAR?
No.
So for a while the Vita had a Street Pass equivalent called Near.
Huh.
And I could never get it to work. But it kept telling me cuz like it had a much wider range than Street Pass did, because it would use the internet to be like, oh, there's a dude in this area of your city. Why don't you go over there and chat about Vita games? Or something.
Yeah, as far as weird social stuff on
The
Vita,
hell?
I feel like Wake Up Club
Someone's
was
been in
the
here.
probably the better one. But I do like PlayStation Near just because of the name.
Man, Vita sure exists. I should probably download Downwell at some point on it, because it was PS Plus free, and apparently that game's pretty good.
Access code.
Some might say that Vita means life.
Some would respectfully disagree.
My Vita is mostly a portable speedrunning machine these days. Pretty fun to do certain speedruns on.
Fun story. That I believe you were in the middle of one when we met at the
You're in a
airport
good mood
or
this
something.
Miss Stillman
You were definitely
has made some
you were definitely
modifications
playing
to the
Soten
Animus.
when I
Should be
met
able
you
to
at the
remain
airport.
inside even longer.
Yeah, I had to wait around a bit
And help you with your
Because it's a
treasure
big airport,
so
and
it
I
was a
didn't.
great place,
Business,
and
Mr.
B,
Miles.
yeah, you were like in the
I
middle
don't
of
think you
nowhere.
fully appreciate the work that Abstergo does.
I was on like the
Maybe
complete
because I
other
don't
side
actually
of the
know what you
airport.
people do.
We change the world. Every
And then
day
I
in
didn't see that
100
the
different
tram would
ways.
actually go to where I
Did you
wanted
know
to go
that
to,
nearly
and
every
so I just
single
walked.
breakthrough of the past millennia, be it medical, mechanical, or philosophical, has come from Abstergo or
Fun
its
fact: the
predecessors?
Minneapolis airport is
Bold
gigantic.
claim, Doc. Think you might be
One of the
exaggerating
biggest
a
in the
bit?
country.
Not in the slightest. Oh, we certainly don't take the credit. That would arouse far too much suspicion. We choose our beneficiaries with great care.
Why?
Isn't it obvious? It means we're in control.
But how? What makes you guys so special, so smart? That you happen to invent all these things while us mere mortals stumble around like idiots?
SFO
To be
here in
fair,
San Francisco
we
is
don't
pretty high
invent
traffic, but
we
it's not
find
actually that big.
Find them. They're gifts, Mr. Miles, from those who came before.
I will say it was kind of fun walking to
We'll have
my
to continue
gate
this
and not
discussion
having to, you
Time's
know,
wasting.
not really rushing and like just kind of taking it in a bit more and seeing all of the very bizarre things that are in that airport. Like, why don't you go to the Reuters Art Museum here in this
Exactly.
string
the great
of
thing
gate?
about MSP is it's kind of like its own mega mall.
Yeah, and then like there was a very fancy like wine restaurant in the middle of it. It was just like, what?
Lay back. We'll take care of the rest.
Also, I feel like we've got a pretty good method of these streams where we do one assassination and then get all the towers in one area. So we're going to get all the towers in an area and then call it a stream.
Sounds like a plan.
Unless one of these
I love how,
assassins...
like the lab you're in as Desmond, it's like all super futury and super bright, and then all of this exposed plumbing just for no good reason.
Look, man, Templars, their budget is just all over the place.
But do not think to rest upon your laurels. Your work has just begun. I am yours to command, Master. King Richard, emboldened by his victory at Parka, prepares to move south towards Jerusalem. Salah ad-Din is surely aware of this, and so he gathers his men before the broken citadel of Arsuf.
Would you have me kill them both then? End their war before it begins in earnest?
No. To do so would scatter their forces and subject the realm to the bloodlust of 10,000 aimless warriors. It will be many days before they meet, and while they march, they do not fight. You must concern yourself with a more immediate threat. The men who pretend to govern in their absence.
Give me names and I'll give you blood.
So I will. Abun Nukud, the wealthiest man in Damas, Majduddin, regent of Jerusalem, William of Montferrat, liege lord of Akka.
What are their crimes?
Greed, arrogance, the slaughter of innocents. Walk amongst the people of their cities. You'll learn the secrets of their sins. Do not doubt that these men are obstacles to the peace we seek.
Then they will die.
Another of your items is restored. Take it. See that it is put to good use. Return to me as each man falls, that we might better understand their intentions. And Altair, take care.
Old guys
Recent work
talking
has
to me.
likely attracted the attention of the city guard. They'll be more suspicious than they've been in the past.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, this is the... Whoa! That building disappeared for a second. This is the weird lady courtyard.
Altair, it seems my students do not fully understand what it is to wield the blade. Perhaps you could show them what you know.
I kind of expect Altair to be able to grind on rails when you're jumping onto them.
Don't grab me. Actually, what if I just
You
quit?
must be busy.
Hooray!
I understand. You must be busy.
I'm
I
out.
understand.
Beep. I really wish it would just start you in the kingdom, or at least closer to it than the assassin hideout. So we gotta just take a nice casual jog all the way through this town. What town is this? Masyaf. Masyaf or Masyaf?
Everything is so brown.
Dude, it was like,
We've commented on this before, but
this was the era of brown games. I could be playing Gears of War.
that's true. Was that more brown or more gray?
I could be playing Resistance. Resistance is definitely super brown.
You know, I've never actually seen Resistance in action.
Let me
I've ever seen that game being played.
Let me pull up a picture of Resistance real quick because.
I mean, I can just... Jeez, even the cover is brown.
Like, it's neat.
Yeah.
It's got kind of that trademark Insomniac weapon design. That's super fun, but Christ, is that game brown.
Speaking of Insomniac, at some point I really need to actually open that copy of Infamous Second Son that I bought.
That is not
That's not
Insomniac.
Insomniac.
That is Sucker Punch.
Why was I thinking Insomniac?
I don't know. But yeah, Infamous Second Son's pretty good. You might say that I gave it 5 stars when I reviewed it. I really like the powers in
How I
it.
got Insomniac mixed up with Sucker Punch.
They're similar. They share tech a lot. They're kind of part of the weird PlayStation. I think 2 of them have since become first party, but at the time when they were super popular, oh, that's awesome! I can just fast travel to cities now. Oh, thank God.
That is a good thing for them to add.
When you've
Yep.
been exposed,
Um,
killing some of your pursuers will make it easier to escape.
At the time, like the PS2 era, where it was Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper, were basically the unofficial mascots. And then I think Sony bought Sucker Punch and Naughty Dog. Don't mind me, I'm just a sword priest. Sword priest coming through. Although related to Insomniac, man, I really hope their Spider-Man game's super good because it looks it so far.
Yeah. It's been a while since there's been a good, like, you know, really enjoyable Spider-Man game. Like the other ones I've heard were okay, like Web of Shadows. I've heard was alright.
What's the one that Shattered Dimensions or something like that people said was pretty good with all the different types of Spider-Mans.
Yeah, what was that one that just had like Spider-Man and Future Spider-Man? It had like Spider-Man and then it had 2099 Spider-Man, but it didn't have like Noir and the other guy. It came out after Shattered Dimensions, but I don't remember what that one was called.
Edge of Reality? Edge of...
That sounds right.
this? Go. Oh. And again, this would really benefit with some more direct fast travel. Like if I have to go to the Assassin's Bureau anyway, like why did it not just take me there?
Finally figured out how to get these brush settings working on Rita.
Nice.
Tablet is back at working. I actually did have plans to stream something over my 2 days off, but I kind of fucked it up. I was gonna stream that Sunder game, that weird Metroidvania thing.
Yeah.
'Cause I was right at the end. I only had the final boss to go, but I needed to go like level grind before I fought the final boss.
Altair,
Because I
my
wasn't quite tough
friend.
enough.
Welcome,
Mhm.
welcome. Whose life do you
So
come
I
to collect today?
switched
His name is
to
Abuna
the
Kun.
PS4
What can you tell me
controller I
about
bought a while back. Because I figured that'll be
Oh,
less
the merchant
clacky
king
than
of
the
Damascus,
64
richest
that was
man
used.
in the city. Quite
But
exciting.
while I was
quite
testing out to make
dangerous.
sure it worked
I
fine on that
envy you,
game,
Altair.
I kind of beat the game.
Not that it's where you were
Oops.
beaten and stripped of your
So
life, but I envy everything else.
didn't
Oh,
expect to,
except
but it
for
just
the
kind of
terrible
happened.
things the
So then I was like,
Assassins
well,
say about
okay,
you. But
I guess
yes,
I can go
aside
get
from
one of
the
the other
failure and
endings.
hatred,
Like I'll do that for a
aside from
stream.
those
I'll like
things,
start
I
another
envy you
game,
very
go
much.
through and
I
do
do not
the
care
ending
what
where I
the
don't
others
get
think
the
or
crazy
say.
evil powers.
I'm here to do a job.
Then I
So
looked
ask
it up
again,
just out of
what can
curiosity
you
and
tell
turns
me
out
about the
both the
Merchant
other
King?
endings
Only
suck.
that he must be a very bad man
Like,
if
they
anyone
put
of
all
this
the
city
effort
to
into
see.
the ending where you get
He
the
keeps
evil
to his own
powers,
kind,
and then the other two
wrapped
endings
in
are
the
just really
finery of the
anticlimactic
city's
and
noble
boring.
district. A busy
That's
man,
lame.
always up to
Like, one of them
something.
at least ends
I'm
with a
sure if you
cutscene
spend
that's
some
kind of
time amongst his
cool,
type,
because the
you'll
animation's
learn
really
all you
good.
need to know about
But like
And where
the
would
other
you
one
have me
is
begin
just
my
like
search?
fade to black end credits.
If
And
I were you,
that's like,
I'd start with the Umayyad Mosque.
because that's the ending I probably would have gone for.
Both of
Because that's
which
the
are
one you
west
get
of
for
here.
like going the other
Further
route
to the
and not
northwest
getting any
is
evil powers
Salahaddin
whatsoever.
Citadel. It's a popular meeting spot.
I,
It has
uh,
proved a reliable source of loose
I've
things in
also
the
had
past.
moments like that. Like
These
there was
three
one time where I was
places
gonna
should
stream.
My thanks for your guidance, Rafiq. I'll
I did
return when I've
eventually
gathered
stream
the
Earthbound, but I was
necessary
going to stream a
information.
different part of Earthbound. I was going to stream somewhat near the end of the game. There's an area called Stonehenge Base that is famous / infamous for being one of the only place where you can get a weapon for one of the characters, and like that's the only weapon that character can use.
Oh.
And that weapon drops with a 1 in 512 chance, I think, or something.
That is not a lot.
It might be 1 in 1024. It's 1 in not, or it might be 1 in 256 actually. It's some not a lot number. And when I first played Earthbound, I got to that point and I was like, I'm gonna get the Sword of Kings, which is what it's called. And then I got there and it was like I did it for 5 hours and didn't get it. And so I was like, well, so yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, of course this won't take or this will take super long, and I'll chat and have a good time. And
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. On the like 5th enemy, I got the Sword of Kings.
Works out.
Yeah, I was like, well, that guess I'm not
That
gonna.
plan.
Yeah. And then there was like, well, there's another enemy that has a super rare drop that drops a weapon for a different character. It's not the only one that they can use, but it's pretty rare. Got that one on my first attempt.
Nice.
I was like, well, okay then. Guess I'll stream the beginning of Earthbound. This is a very tall tower. I bet there's a viewpoint on top of it, and if there's not, I'm going to be real disappointed. Look at that viewpoint. Man, this is really high up. Like, holy cow. And Altair is super dead. Because what kind of idiot jumps off of a building from that far and is just like, yep, this is fine.
There's hay.
There's hay, yeah, you know. Noted super safe thing to land in and would totally break your fall from that high material. Small bale of hay in a wooden cart.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You also probably totally would not get just like jabbed by a ton of hay and feel super uncomfortable for the next few hours. Just be really itchy all over, get it in your shoes, in your robes, in the hood. I mean, also you'd be dead from the fall, but if you survived, you'd be really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. That bird just flew through this tower. That was cool.
The Animus isn't perfect. I kind of wish there was another Assassin's Creed game that starts off and everyone's faces are exploding like in Unity, but then it turns out that you're just using like a bad Animus. And they just fix it, and then you're using a good Animus and it works fine from then on. Or like there's a power surge or something and the Animus messes up while you're in it and it makes everyone go like Unity style.
I want to say I thought there was something like that in Assassin's Creed 3 one time, but it was just like dudes' bodies didn't load, so I just saw a bunch of heads and hands walking around in New York. It was like, what? Will you climb Altair? Keys. I'm so glad that these guards can't look up. Whee! Wait, okay, yeah, now do that. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta get the Altair to cooperate, and sometimes it's just like, come on, man. You can do it. I believe in you.
I don't.
That's probably the correct...
That's unfair. I've never heard anything bad about Altair, aside from the fact that his game isn't great.
Also, he's kind of boring.
Yeah,
like,
well, he's the initial protagonist.
Yeah, he's initial protagonist, and then they were like, what if we had Renaissance Italian Playboy? And then everyone was like, man, this is so much better. And they were right.
That said, I do have a soft spot for a protagonist who is just kind of not the typical protagonist guy, the dude who is just trying to do his job. That's why I like those.
Yeah, but Altair's also like not really trying to do his job either.
He seems like he is. He seems like he's just kind of following orders. Granted, I guess you're also following orders to accomplish some larger goal.
Yeah, and like he really just doesn't have a personality. Like. Collected 6 out of 100 Saraken's flag. It's probably not how you pronounce that either.
There's the button.
I wonder how you pronounce that. The Saracens. You think it's hard C or soft C?
I'm assuming soft C will look that up just to be safe. Apparently it is in fact soft. Pronounced with an S sound.
Saracens. Or Saracens, I don't know.
Apparently it's more of a U on the last syllable. Like sun. Let me listen to this pronunciation thing. Okay, E sound works.
Saracen.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay,
like.
no, that's what it is. Apparently it's the middle, the R-A, is more of an
That's
the guy pronouncing it on this dictionary thing is not pronouncing it the way that it is, like,
phonetically spelled.
Yes. And that's annoying. Because the thing is spelled out like Sarasun, but the guy is pronouncing it Saracen. Saracen. Point is, soft C.
Also, this probably makes me a bad person, but it makes me think of Fire Emblem, the one that came out over here as Fire Emblem, because there's a country in that called, like, based off the pronunciation of this, I'm going to say Sacae. It's S-A-C-A-E. It's where Lyn is from. They're like a weird... They're a weird, unpopular country filled with nomads, basically. And nobody likes them except Lycians. Like, the Lycians have had a peace accord with them forever.
I still really like the politics thrown into Awakening. Like, I like the idea that the country that you are in and working for, like, Crom's dad was unapologetically just like, oh, a huge asshole.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a warmongering jerk who kind of ruined their country's reputation. Like, they're still the good guys now, but they were not previously.
Fire Emblem was, at one point, really good about doing that political thing. And then Fates happened, and it's like, well...
Yeah. Man, do you remember when I was talking about how bad that game was and Rob thought I was lying?
Yes. Do you remember when I was like, no, he's not lying? And he was like, no, you're both lying.
It's like, why would I lie about that? I want Fire Emblem to be good.
Remember
I wish
when,
it was.
Remember
I
when,
wouldn't have wasted so much money.
Remember when John played like all 3 versions of Fire Emblem Fates?
Didn't he end up beating that game like 4 times total?
Something like that.
Like, if I remember right, he played all 3 versions, but somehow ended up beating it 4 times.
Oh, do not knock me off this building, sir. Man. I also wish I could find a copy of like Path of Radiance that is not $80. Because that's
Is that one of the GameCube ones?
that is the only GameCube one.
Oh, I thought there were 2 for some reason.
There was a Wii one.
Huh.
That was a continuation.
Maybe I'm thinking of were there 2 starring Ike?
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking of. I thought they were both GameCube games.
Yeah. No. Radiant Dawn was on the Wii, and
Okay.
it had Ike and then also the Dawn Brigade, who are unpopular, but I really like them. Or at least I seem to recall them being unpopular. It might have changed at some point because people's opinions on the internet.
People change.
Yeah, but
All it takes is one piece of fan art, suddenly everybody loves something.
yeah. I really like the Dawn Brigade. Mostly because I really like Soth, but Micaiah is alright too. Excuse me, sir. I need you to just settle down. Let me just stab you in the face and neck. Oh no. Let me up. Let me up. Let me up. Do not knock me off the building. Whoop. I knocked myself off the building.
Oh, nice.
I'm just gonna hop in this hay cart and wait for the alert to go away. Also, I just noticed that that Hawkeye panel actually has no good news on it. That's amusing. I can't make that jump, apparently. Man, this is like some extreme planking. Whoop, that's not what I expected when that said jump. That looks like I should be able to climb that. Oh, right. Altair can't swim. Not even in like
Wait,
2 foot deep water.
Selecting the hidden blade during fight will allow you to quickly dispatch an enemy.
Please tell me you found this out by splashing into the water.
I might have. Like, this water does not look very deep. Like,
Yeah, it's probably not actually that deep.
he's got the John Marston problem of being made entirely of, like, salt.
Well, the fun fact, he's an inkling.
Yeah. Him and John Marston, both Inklings. They just immediately die when exposed to water. I just want to climb this thing, but why is everything a dead end? Man, the part when in the later games where you get the ability to just jump up is really useful. excuse me. Here we go. This looks promising. Apparently missed 3 viewpoints. Thought I was doing good at, like, oh, this will be the last one. And then, nope. I really need a safe way down. That'd be nice. Here we go. Oh, is this a naked lady? Naked statue lady, ho! Maybe.
Is that what you were looking for?
No. I just saw it and was just like...
The way you said that made me think it was some kind of objective. Someone gave you a clue to go check out a statue of a naked lady.
That sounds like a mission objective in a Saints Row game or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could see somebody, like, hiding, like, something, like, information in a statue. If I ever had to hide secret information somewhere, I would totally hide it at, like, a notable statue. Provided I could find a notable statue.
Why everybody mad though? Oh god.
Yeah, for an assassin, as much as I make jokes about you being, you know, priest who's critically armed, you do always seem to get, like, attacked on sight, even when you're not doing anything suspicious.
The infamy of Sword Priest follows him wherever he goes.
I guess, but then wouldn't disguise be cool?
No, I must wear my medieval hoodie. Dang it. Go away. Leave me alone. Bench. Oh, get off the corner. Get on the... Dang it. Everybody stood up from the bench and I couldn't hide in the bench. Oh, excuse me. I just want to climb this ladder. Thank you. That guy is standing on nothing. Dude, look at him.
We'll when the stream catches up. Well, no, it's fine. They just sent in... Have they ever tried that in Assassin's Creed games? Just like an idea of, like, some loading in something into the Animus that is clearly, like, game-breaking. Like, we're just gonna load in a guard that's got superpowers or some bullshit.
Not in that way, but there is, like... They've done, like, plot stuff sometimes, with... When it was like, oh, what if... everything's a game development now, where like part of the plot, the overarching plot stuff is hidden in quote unquote Easter eggs in the games.
Like, yeah, the stuff where they're doing a game development thing now, they totally do something like... I'm imagining just a situation where you assassinate some really famous historical figure, and it's just like a really boring run-of-the-mill assassination where nothing interesting happens. And then they're like, wait, no, it can't happen like that or else players are going to feel dissatisfied. Like, rewind it and turn that into a boss fight.
There are emails in Black Flag that are kind of to that effect. Of like, no one wants to sit and have discourse about whether or not pirates are morally upstanding people. They want to have high seas swashbuckling adventures. Put Blackbeard in the game.
Yeah, fair enough. Does that result in you having to fight Blackbeard during the course of the game?
No, he's your buddy.
Damn it. Well, that's still okay, I guess. But yeah, stuff like that, where they just blatantly decide to say screw it and mess with the memories, because why not? Because it's a computer simulation, you can just do that.
There's some fun, like, not quite like that, but there are some fun things for when we, like, once we hit Black Flag and Rogue.
When Sturgo Entertainment becomes a thing?
Yeah. It is so dumb, but, like, so good.
Dumb in a good way.
Yes.
I can get behind that. These viewpoints are high.
They are.
I mean, I understand they have to be, but, like, come on.
Also, I would say that I would be lying if this kind of marathon type thing wasn't totally I think I've mentioned this before, but this is totally an excuse to play Black Flag and Syndicate again.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. Those games are good.
Yeah.
I'm going entirely by your recommendation on saying those games are good, but they seem alright.
They are probably two of my favorites, along with Brotherhood. Definitely the S tier of Assassin's Creed, those three.
I feel like I should give Black Flag another shot at some point, because I fell off that one really bad. I basically played through the prologue and then immediately quit. I don't know why, it just didn't get me. We might have still been too close to playing Revelations, honestly, now that I think about it.
Might have been. Man, why everybody betray me? I'm fed up with this world.
You seem to be having some trouble tonight.
I really do. I just want to sink these last two towers. Come on, video game. Be nice. I know I made a lot of jokes about, you know, specific other entries in these games, but not about you as much.
Yeah, you've repeatedly apologized and said that one is pretty good for the first one in the series.
Yep.
Which, fair enough. As the first one of these, it seems like they got pretty close. It was popular enough to spin off into a really, like, huge franchise, so...
Yeah. Something that their other attempt to do something like this sure didn't do. just boned now. Damn it. I feel like, what's the... trying to think of the cartoon I am thinking of. With, like, they're trying to get over a wall and they try pole vaulting and they just slam into it, and then they try using a catapult and the catapult doesn't work. Like, I feel like it's just going to be like some old Tom and Jerry cartoon or something.
I don't know why, because it's probably not the right one, but it just makes me think of the old cartoons that had, like, the sheepdog.
Yeah. Oops, don't eagle vision. There we go.
Weird thing, when I was younger, I loved Animaniacs, but I could never stand the shorts that had, like, the kid with the dog.
Yeah.
The ones where the kid was always running off and getting in trouble, and the parents would always get mad at the dog at the end.
Yep.
Like, those always made me super angry to watch, so I would just, like, change the channel when those came on. And switch back later. Hated that kid so much.
Fair enough. I really liked the... I liked it then, but I like it more now, but I like the good pigeons.
Yeah.
Like, I did not get that as much. I just thought it was, you know, slapstick comedy. And then I watched Goodfellas, and then I went back, and oh my god, I cannot believe they got away with that.
Same here, but without watching Goodfellas. I just, you know, later on found out what that was, what that was all referring to. Someday I need to actually go back and watch a bunch of movies. You know, I just haven't for whatever reason. Like Goodfellas and The Godfather.
Never actually seen The Godfather, but I have seen
Which
Goodfellas.
one of those is supposed to be? The first one is good and the rest of them are terrible? Is that how it works?
No, because there's an... I'm not sure. I know people like the first one, and I know that they like one of the other ones, but I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah, like I know there is a point where that thing goes to shit, but I don't know which one it is. I know it's not the first.
Also, as someone who hasn't seen The Godfather, but that one part of Zootopia is hilarious.
Oh yeah, that part's amazing. To be fair, most of Zootopia is amazing.
That's true. But you come to me on the night of my daughter's wedding. Anyway, that's Assassin's Creed. We synced all the viewpoints. So join us next time when we stab a guy and then sync some more viewpoints.
Wait, there were even more viewpoints? I thought we were out of viewpoints now that you've done all the cities.
No, they're districts of each city.
So yeah, more viewpoints.
More
viewpoints. Still following you.
It's fine.
Is it? It's kind of creepy.
It's a little creepy. Oh, excuse me. Good night, everybody.
Good night.